Welcome into episode 6 of Leatherneck Insider for our last show before spring break. I'm Luke Little.
And I'm Levi Meyerhofer. We're starting it off with this week's Athlete of the Week. Leatherneck Insider reporter Caden Strenz has more with this week's winner.
What's up, Leatherneck Nation, and welcome to another edition of Leatherneck Insider Athlete of the Week. I'm Caden Strenz, and I'm joined by our winner, Peyton Brown. How are you today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and thanks for coming on here to join us this week. And this past weekend against Green Bay and Valparaiso, you had a pair of home runs, and obviously earlier in the season you were on a brief slump. What was it like to get out of that slump and at least power through with a pair of home runs this weekend?
I mean, it definitely feels amazing. We put in so much preparation during the week, scouting teams, looking at pitchers, looking at, little ticks we can make to our swing to be more successful throughout the season. Doesn't matter if it's preseason or in conference play, but just getting those little kind of critiques, fixing up the swing, it always feels great, making good connections, and especially all the way throughout our lineup. I think we made great connections this entire weekend, even if it wasn't for the successful rate, but we made great contact, we made great adjustments throughout the games, and I think it definitely showed our preparation throughout the week.
And you come from Illinois State and now here at Western. What's the transition been like for you this year?
It's actually been amazing. Transferring here has been great with the coaching staff. They've been nothing but welcoming, provided tons of information, tons of support, both mentally and physically to not only me but the entire team. And the transition from the team was incredibly spotless. Like, I came in having a group of 23 best friends, and I couldn't have asked for anything better.
And you come from a high school with a lot of success during your time with the softball team, the Rockridge Rockets. What has that difference been from Rockridge to here at Western?
I mean, obviously transitioning from high school to college is going to be a transition for everybody, any sport, any athlete, especially the kind of going from school every day to kind of having your games right there versus, transitioning to college courses where you're having a little bit more struggle between classes and practice and everything like that, that time management kind of scale. But also the differences between coaching. I mean, I had a great coach in high school and I have a great coach in college, and they're very alike in a lot of mindsets, but a lot of different ways. They're very different coaches as well. So kind of learning that transition between coaching and your teammates. You have new teammates that you have to learn to play well with and kind of learn their strengths, learn your weaknesses, especially between the teams. So it's been a pretty good transition. I've enjoyed it, and I absolutely love that transition that I made here to Western. And I don't think it could have gone any better for me and everybody else on our team.
Well, that's awesome. And final question for you. Do you have any specific goals for yourself this season? I know that you had the single-season home run record with Rockers one season. Any specific goals like that or anything different? What do you have?
Personally, I don't think I have any goals other than, being successful and being there for my teammates. I obviously, rather than stats, just want to be a great teammate to the players that I have around me and a great player for the coaches that I have the honor of playing for. And I think just kind of with that mindset, getting these conference wins, even if it's not, sweeping every team, but getting conference wins throughout the season, getting higher than what we were ranked in preseason. I mean, that's a great, huge goal for, I know, both me and all of my teammates and my coaches. But just defying the odds, defying the, judgment that was based upon us. I mean, getting a lot of conference wins and, getting better throughout the year, improving from last year, I think is my biggest goal.
Well, there you have it. Peyton Brown, this week's Leatherneck Insider Athlete of the Week. Thanks for joining us this week, Peyton. And for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Caden Strenz.
Thank you, Caden. WIU softball went 1-3 in the Lindenwood Invite with their sole win coming against Valparaiso. The Leathernecks are in Southern Indiana today to face off against the Screaming Eagles.
Staying on the field, the WIU baseball team won 2 out of 3 games against Alabama State in Montgomery, Alabama this past weekend. Leatherneck Insider reporter Tucker Minton was able to catch up with junior outfielder Tyler Large.
I'm Leatherneck Insider reporter Tucker Minton here with Leatherneck baseball player Tyler Large. So Tyler, you hit very well against Alabama State with a double, RBI, and 3 runs scored. How do you plan on keeping the power on the bat as you continue the rest of the season?
I think just continue to put in the work and swing at good pitches. I think I'm a really good player when I do that, and so I'm just going to continue to do that, and the rest will work itself out.
So you guys were able to get 2 out of 3 wins against Alabama State. So how do you keep that win streak going?
I think we just need to continue to play good team baseball, both offensively and defensively. I think we're also a really tough team to beat when we do that and play sound defense and swing the sticks. So I think that will contribute to more wins as we continue the season.
So what changes have you made, and what is giving you the success on the field?
I think it's just the preparation that I've done in the past that's led me to this point. So I think I get a lot of confidence from that, and so then when I get on the field, I can just have fun and just perform.
Now, who motivates you to play the game of baseball?
My family. I started playing when I was 4 and kind of just fell in love with it as I grew up. And, yeah, they keep me going.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
I am Leatherneck Insider reporter Tucker Minton.
The Leathernecks are in Murray, Kentucky, finishing up a 3-game weekend series against the Murray State Racers.
WIU track and field finished their indoor season last week at Indianapolis, Indiana. Emma Ponks would finish 3rd in pole vault with a vault of 3.85 meters. Jolena Sight had her eyes on the WIU record books as she would become 10th all-time in the 400-meter race with a time of 57.41 seconds. But that wouldn't be the end of her day. The 200-meter race was up and she finished with a time of 24.95 seconds, making her the record holder for fastest 200-meter in WIU history. Robert Perry also wrote his name in the leaderboard for the 5,000-meter race with a time of 14 minutes and 57.61 seconds. This puts him at 4th all-time for WIU. The Leathernecks will open the outdoor season at Illinois State on March 28th.
We're heading to a break, but right after, we got more on WIU golf, and Caleb Mays joins us in the studio for the upset alert. Stay tuned.
Taking me home, taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I do research.
Right here at Western.
Welcome back to the studio, where we start off with WIU men's golf, who are off at their first meet of the spring 2025 season. My partner Luke Little got a chance to speak with graduate assistant David Ayala about the upcoming year and his increased role this season.
The WIU men's golf team is currently without a head coach. Graduate assistant David Ayala has had to step in and take on an expanded role this semester in this coaching void. Ayala gave his thoughts on the difference for him this semester.
I just think, of course, from last year being a player to now kind of helping out the team in general with everything, of course, is a way different role. I definitely feel more connected with the guys in the sense that I understand what they feel and where they're going through right now. But at the same time, it's been a great opportunity to just be bonding together and just enjoying our time in the trips and in general, knowing that each one of us is really close to each other.
Ayala also shared his excitement about the upcoming season and some of his goals for the year.
In general, just trying to provide them an opportunity to perform at the highest level. Whereas me being them and just being a friend and hearing them out about what they're struggling with in the golf course, or just giving them the outside perspective on what they need to do to improve. I just want to be there for them and just be able to provide that.
Lastly, Ayala talked about his preference for the course, coach or player.
It's definitely two different things. I'm very competitive, so me not having that handle over the wheel of how they play, because of course in the end it's an individual sport. I do miss being a player, but there's a lot of things that I'm grateful when I'm a coach.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Luke Little.
The men's golf team is finishing up in Boulder City, Nevada at the Jackrabbit Invitational today.
The WIU women's golf team is also out west in Boulder City, Nevada, as they take part in the second tournament of the spring season, the Jackrabbit Invitational. The tournament will take place on Monday, March 10th, and conclude the following day, Tuesday, March 11th.
It's now time to send it over to Caleb Mays with all things college basketball. What do you got for us, Caleb?
Well, everybody, March is finally here, and so is another segment of the Upset Alert. I'm Caleb Mays, and as we close the gap on Selection Sunday, we got a lot to talk about. Conference tournament season has officially begun as of Sunday, March 2nd, with the ASUN tournament kicking things off. The Horizon League and Sun Belt kicked off on March 4th, followed by the Summit League, OVC, NEC, and Big South on the 5th. The WCC, Missouri Valley, and Big Sky on the 6th, the SoCon and Colonial on the 8th, and the Patriot League and America East today. With that being said, there are still teams fighting in the power conferences for regular season titles, but St. John's head coach Rick Pitino is no stranger to this accolade. Pitino became the first head coach in the history of the sport to win 5 regular season titles with 5 different programs. Pitino has accomplished the feat with Providence, Kentucky, Louisville, Iona, and now St. John's. This adds to a long list of accolades for Pitino, which include becoming the first head coach to win a title at 2 different schools, being with Kentucky in 1996 and Louisville in 2013. He was a 2013 Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer and has also earned 7 Final Four appearances. Pitino has no doubt shown his longevity over a 37-year coaching career and will go down as one of the greatest head coaches of all time. His St. John's squad will be the #1 seed in the Big East tournament, which will take place from March 12th to 15th on the Johnny's own home court, Madison Square Garden. That's all the time we have today for the Upset Alert, but make sure you're locked in and tuned in, because for the next month, we have nonstop college basketball. Back to you, Luke and Levi.
Thanks, Caleb. A lot coming our way here in March. Stick with us. After the break, we have more on some coaching changes and some season updates. There's more on the inside, on the other side. We'll see you there.
Not W? It's not W, it's W. 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 That's what I've been stressing out about the most so far. It's saying W because I know it's something you're going to say there. Yeah, we've been there.
They're like, we're waiting on, what are we waiting on? They haven't said it. All right, we're ready to go. We can start.
Hello everyone, I am Will Thomas.
And I'm Dane Mackley. Welcome to this week's edition of Leatherneck Insider.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. The WIU women's tennis team finished up a clean 7-0 sweep of Chicago State. The last meeting of these two teams in 2022 resulted in a 7-0 sweep for Chicago State. In this meeting, the script was completely flipped. The Leathernecks started off hot, winning all 3 double matches, only losing 2 games. The Leathernecks also took all 6 singles matches with 8 games, finishing 6-0, not allowing a single game. Out of 76 total games, the Leathernecks only lost 4 of them. WIU Tennis will travel to Hilton Head, South Carolina for the Spring Tennis Fest, playing their next match on Sunday, March 9th, to take on Berry College.
Women's soccer has announced the hiring of the new head coach, Ross Henderson. Henderson spent the last 4 years as head coach at Clayton State University, but now gets his chance at the Division I level. Leatherneck Insider reporter Marty Doyle got a chance to speak with him about his hiring.
New WIU women's soccer head coach Ross Henderson has his hands full taking over a struggling program, winning just 1 match last year. Coach Henderson thinks the pieces are in place to turn this program around.
I'll refer to the platform. I think the platform here, department, institution, facilities, I think it's a really good platform for success. And that is something I was key to get involved in. I'm going to back myself as a coach. I'm going to back my staff and myself to do what is needed. But I think everything is here for us to be successful. And so, just really excited about that opportunity, honestly.
As a former player, Coach Henderson has always been around the game. He explains the reasons he got into coaching.
To be honest, I graduated from Erskine College and I didn't particularly want to be a coach. I've been involved in the game so much. I've been involved in sports so much in my life. But a job got offered to me at a time of need, and as cliche as it is, from there I just loved coaching. I loved getting involved in the game from a different aspect, and working out what I had in my head from my experience, how I could present that to players on the field, and it's really just gone from there. And obviously I've had some decent success at various different levels, which certainly helps with you wanting to invest more into something.
For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Marty Doyle.
Coach Henderson and the team will continue their offseason preparations for the upcoming year.
The WIU men's basketball season has concluded, finishing short of the OVC tournament. The Leathernecks are losing 5 seniors this year, all 5 of which cracked the starting lineup at some point this season. We'll have to wait and see what Coach Chad Boudreau has in store for the teams entering his 3rd season as the Leathernecks head coach.
We're not done yet. We have one more break and then another segment of All In with Kobe and Caleb. We'll see you there.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Your vision.
My goal is to work at a top 100 television station as a reporter, anchor, and a producer.
Our mission.
Thanks to Western, I have a resume that would beat out most students from the top journalism schools in the country.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Welcome back to Salee Hall. It's now time for our national news segment, starting off with the former top tennis player in the world, Serena Williams. Williams has now joined the ownership group of the first Canadian WNBA team, the Toronto Tempo. The team will not participate in the 2025 season, but will have its first game in 2026. Williams owns a minority stake in several teams across a variety of sports, including the NFL's Miami Dolphins, the National Women's Soccer League Angel City FC, and Golf TGL's Los Angeles Golf Club.
On March 2nd, the fundraiser was held at Capital One Arena for Legacy on Ice, a 2-hour tribute show to honor the 67 victims in the January 29th American Airlines plane crash. This event raised money for families and first responders who were impacted by the fatal flight. 28 of the people were lost were teen or preteen figure skaters, coaches, or family members of the participants in the ceremony. More than 40 current and retired Team USA skaters also participated, with medalists from 8 different editions of the Winter Olympics among them.
The legendary NFL head coach, 2-time Super Bowl champion, and national champion, Jimmy Johnson announced his retirement on The Herd with Colin Cowherd. The announcement comes after working with Fox for the past 31 years for NFL coverage. He won Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys from the 1992 and 1993 seasons and the College Football National Championship with Miami in 1987.
It's now time for All In with Kobe and Caleb. Take it away, guys.
Welcome you to the 6th segment of All In with Kobe and Caleb. I'm Kobe Blackmon George here with my co-host Caleb Flores. And Caleb, a lot of sports news over the weekend, so you know what that means. Are you all in or all out? Starting off with Joel Embiid, the Philadelphia 76ers announced that he would be out the rest of the season. And Caleb, the injuries with Embiid has become a constant theme. But Caleb, are you in or out on Joel Embiid?
I'm out. It sucks that it's unfortunate that he's had an injury-riddled career, but I think with the 76ers, now it's time to focus on Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey to be the ones to bring them a championship and just trade away Embiid. His time is done there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Joel Embiid, career 27 points, 11 rebounds per game, drafted in 2016, hasn't really done much. A couple playoff appearances, really a lot of playoff appearances, but just has not got to that NBA Finals. Instead, on the topic of championships, Curry, 4-time NBA champion, and the Warriors have been on a tear out of the All-Star break. Caleb, are you all in or all out on the Warriors and Stephen Curry?
I'm out. The Western Conference is the most stacked conference in the NBA. I think the Thunder, the Nuggets, and the Lakers are all better. I know it's only 3 teams, but depending on who they match up against, I think the Warriors will get bounced out, unfortunately. Even though it's Stephen Curry, the best point guard to ever play the game, I still think the Warriors, I'm out on the Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors 8-2 over the last 10 games. I like the addition of Jimmy Butler, the Butler and the Chef cooking up. I just love it. So I'm all in on the Warriors actually on this one. But Caleb, as we look at the collegiate level, March Madness is upon us and arguably one of the most anticipated sports tournaments. Some arguing it's better than the NBA Finals. Caleb, are you all in or all out on this take?
I'm all in on this one. I think March Madness is the king of sports tournaments. It's just such a surreal feeling when it hits March and you're like, oh my God, March Madness is here. I love watching the college basketball games, the buzzer beaters. The national championship's always fun to watch, and I think the most fun part is making a bracket with like all your friends to see who can get the better predictions. So I think March Madness is king and the best sports event. So I'm all in on that one.
Yeah, I think go back to the NBA Finals, the Warriors versus the Cavaliers, how good those series was. was. But I got to go with March Madness. I think just last year with the women's side, how good that was. So I think March Madness takes it, and hopefully the NBA Finals can get back to what it used to be. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this segment of All In with Kobe Caleb. Have a great weekend, Macomb. See you after spring break, and make sure you stay all in.
Thanks, guys. And Levi, I don't even think it's a question. I think March Madness is the best holiday in the whole world.
Yeah, it's not just the best holiday, but it's the best overall sporting event in my opinion. I'm sure the Super Bowl has all the commercials and the hype around that and the halftime show, but it's a whole month that we get of the upsets and the big-time, small-time stories that come up every year. I think there's no question there that March Madness takes the cake.
Yeah, NBA Finals isn't even there in the top 3, I think.
No.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at InsiderWIU for the latest information. I'm Luke Little.
And I'm Levi Meyerhofer. Have a great spring break, WIU.